Sugarcane. A plant so nice they made it thrice. You got yourself sugarcane, stick sugarcane, and wet sugarcane. But while there are many differences between the wet sugarcane and the other two, the only difference that I'm interested in is that it's the only one that I'm not farming yet. What is up, the world of the living? My name is LayXP, welcome to Truly Bedrock. Let's get ourselves some kelp, alright? Okay, yes, I may or may not have recorded this whole episode with my microphone muted. And that's how I got a kelp farm. Woo! This is actually an exact copy of SlackLizard design. Well, it's not a design by SlackLizard, but it's the one he uses at his base. It's basically a stairway made out of kelp farms. Because kelp can be planted on any block underwater, you can just plant it on top of an observer and kind of save up a little bit of vertical space. The top layer of the farm is actually quite junky, like... Like here it's executed basically perfectly the way I wanted it. And here, yeah, not so much. But I will modify it to work someday later. After all, having just 10 more kelp beets, I don't know what they're called, the kelp plants, will not really increase my productivity that much. Especially since, honestly, the productivity of this farm already is quite impressive. Okay, maybe impressive is not the right word, but it's like, it's sufficient, let's put it that way. I already AFK'd and got myself a full double chest of kelp, which is part of my entire premise for this farm array. And I already hooked up a composter to compost any of the residual kelp to go into the bamboo farm to create more bamboo to fuel my super smelter, which, by the way, yeah, the bamboo farm actually is functioning much nicer now that it has one additional composter powered kelp farm working on it. But basically it got twice as efficient. Like, this single kelp farm is basically as efficient as the cactus farm, melon farm and pumpkin farms put together, because of how fast kelp ultimately grows. This actually made me regret not building a proper sugarcane farm, because they're fairly similar in design, fairly easy to construct, and yeah, are pretty much just the same farm, just without without water in it. Okay, with water in it, but like with different type of water in it. Anyway, case in point, kelp is there, we have a double chest of it, we have it composting, and that would be it, except this actually goes mildly against the premise that I was hoping for with this setup. You see, the idea here is to get maximum out of all of our farms. A double chest of everything they produce and everything that we can get. So automating as much as possible would imply that the production of dried kelp and not just regular kelp would also be necessary. But here's the problem. We need kelp to go into the composter to make bone meal, to create bamboo, to fuel a furnace that will smelt kelp. Are you getting the contradiction here? Kelp cannot go into the composter if beforehand it goes into the bamboo, right? And that's a little bit of a, you know, mind bender that I've been stuck on. Oh, no, 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 no! Good one. Good one. Note to self, add walls. You know, walls for houses. Those are useful. Anyway, that's often for future Zloy to deal with. The current Zloy is still preoccupied with the kelp conundrum, and friends, I feel I actually figured this out. Check this out. Originally my idea was that we will only funnel kelp, like the residual kelp will be funneled into the super smelter, but at the very end of it, as to serve as some sort of a experience farm. As a result, all of the kelp would get only smelted after every other furnace is already fueled, so only when the system is already overflowing. That was a really nice idea, but I feel I will be reutilizing it on something. Where is this coming from? Oh dear. Are we having a block clipping problem? No matter, no matter, no matter. It's fine. No, 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 no. I need that. Here, smelt kelp. Anyway, we will not be doing that. Although that will be pretty smart, I feel we will be doing that with some other farm of sorts. Maybe, I don't know, a pickle farm or something like that. What I want to do instead, and holy crap, just no rest for the wicked, is there? Yeah, what I want to do instead now is actually do what I've been doing this whole time. Make sure that I have this particular material before it gets into the bone meal, before it gets turned into bone meal. So what I feel we should do is add another smoker on the production line from regular kelp to bamboo. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna intercept the kelp production over here and funnel the fresh kelp into this down here. Only when this hopper starts overflowing, the regular kelp will get started to produce. And honestly, I have no idea why I'm even storing regular kelp. I'm pretty sure that's just because I can. Simply because I don't know like what actual use for the non-dried kelp are. Dried kelp, on the other hand, is pretty useful. So we will be channeling the kelp into the furnace smoker, the smoker into the chest, and once this chest is filled in, and this smoker is filled in, and this hopper is filled in, then regular kelp will start flowing into the here and into the bone miller. But this furnace also needs to be powered somehow, right? So what I feel we will do is we will also intercept the bamboo production line and fuel bamboo into this smoker down here. How are we going to do that? Well, first and foremost, I feel we need to raise, obviously, the bamboo delivery line here. Do I have any? I do not have any ice on me. Where's my packed ice chest? There it is. And now that we have this installed, bamboo should rise all the way up, yeah, into my inventory, go all the way here, and start fueling the smoker. Or not. How did you even get there, you silly thing? Oh, here it goes, here it goes. There we go. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot. They pull downwards before they pull upwards. Oh, that's... Oh, will only require a mild reconsideration. Okay, take two. The bamboo production now will first and foremost go into the smoker, right? Well, after, of course, the chest is filled in. Bamboo, smoker, come on, dude, seriously. Don't embarrass me in front of the entire YouTube. Okay, now this should work. We got if this chest is full and this hopper is full, then send bamboo towards here. But if the smoker is full, then send bamboo towards here. The bamboo line is perfect. What kind of logic do we want now for the kelp line? Well, we want for it to go, if this smoker is full, then start filling in this chest. If this chest is full, then start filling in this this composter. We might want to move the entire composter line in hindsight. Also, this torch here will so power this stupid hopper if this line is ever turned off. So that's a problem that I will have to kind of figure out a tiny bit later. Okay, it's fine, it's cool. We can do this. We can do this. Let me just think. they transport downwards before they transport sideways. So what we need to do is we transport downwards into this here. So maybe if we do... Okay, yeah, that's actually kind of almost clever. Kind of. Almost. Not at all. What will happen now is if this is filled in, it will sadly directly go into composter and never actually reach the chest. Which too is a little bit of a problem. We could potentially make it so that it goes... Okay, is the chest full? Is this hopper full? Is this hopper full? No? Yes? Okay, cool. If it is, if this hopper full, then this hopper will transport kelp into here, and then downwards. But if it cannot go downwards, it will go sideways into that dropper there, and that dropper there will start filling in the composter. So, super convoluted, mega confusing, I know, but let's see if it actually works. And since the bamboo, once again, is not full on the hopper line, I'm gonna just do something I really don't want to do with this farm ever again, and actually put some artificial bone meal in it. By which I mean, of course, bone meal that this farm has not produced. If not for that, no actual skeletons need to be harmed to create any of the produce that we're making. But then again, what is getting harmed is the amount of time spent AFKing around here. So, let's see how this goes. Well, the good news is that the smoker has turned on. The problem is that it cannot smelt a single piece of dried kelp unless I'm actively fueling the farm with artificial bone meal. Which is obviously a problem because then we get locked in a situation where bamboo is coming into the system at a not fast enough rate for anything to get smelted, basically. So I guess this entire system is null and void, and I'm an idiot for ever believing in myself. Yeah, even with the bamboo coming in from the bone meal and not from, you know, the natural bone meal from the composters, this system is just not fast enough to actually keep up with smoking up kelp. And that's just frustrating, because I want this entire thing to be self-sustainable. Alas, I'm afraid the only choice here is to disconnect the bamboo delivery line, at the very least for now. Maybe if we add more farms to the system that would be bone mealable, we will be making some progress here, because for now it's just simply too slow. At the same time, I want you to keep in mind that as long as this smoker is being, you know, smokerated, we have another problem on our hands, and that is that the bone meal farm, like bone meal production line, is working at the half capacity. Only these farms are producing bone meal. This one is switched off. It's because it's channeling all of the kelp into the dried one. So, I'm afraid this is a little bit of a bust of a project. But then again, we will come back to this after we increase the bone meal production via the composters. Another hilarious side effect that I did not consider when I was originally building all of this is just what a cacophony of sounds this thing is when it's walking. Sploosh, click, schmack, click, chpok. Okay, I'm just gonna leave a note for myself. Place hopper here in case of self-sustainability. Oh hey, look! It actually fits on the sign! That's great. Well, as much as I would love to, by now, already leave this stupid room that I haven't even built, and that I have already spent basically the entire episode in, I cannot leave it on the sour note of us failing to produce dried kelp. Especially since we actually didn't fail to produce it. We are actively making it. So, let me remind you that we did, after all, double the production of the bone meal, and therefore double the production of the, well, bamboo. So, I guess it's time we gave another go. Oh no, this is the wrong direction for the rails to take. To the, whatchamacallit, that's right, to the super smelter, which is awfully big word for four furnaces stripped together with a minecart. Okay, what do we super smelt? Well, I do have those several chests of cobblestone. I guess I better get some actual use out of it. Well, what you say? Let's see how fast this stuff is gonna be coming in. Not actually that fast, only 4 times faster than a regular furnace, but you know, that is actually pretty good in my personal book. What are you doing there, spruce planks? What? How did you get there? Get out! Get out while you still can! Alright, now could probably use a chest and TNC Cuban joint. Pretty fasty. Yeah, I'm quite happy about it. I'm quite happy about this. So, in conclusion, kelp farms, they good. Might want to expand this one, if only for aesthetical reasons. After all, there is some space towards here, and there is some space towards there, already occupied by the farm anyway, so probably that will be encased at one point in some sort of a build. And yes, we will be making this pretty after we're done actually putting it together, which, to think about it, there are things that we can do, such as pickle farm, probably sea pickle farm, mind you, probably powered by bone meal. We can make probably a carrot potato wheat farm if we utilize villagers. We could attach wool farm to it, but you know, wool kinda doesn't go into a composter, so that's gonna be a bit of a problem. So other than that, I feel this is actually really good, and I'm quite happy with the outcome. One thing though I have to absolutely address is something that my comment section and even my peers on Truly Bedrock have been shouting at me for basically as long as I've been making this. Zloy, you bloody idiot, you have sugarcane being made using bone meal, whereas sugarcane itself is actually a very good supplier of bone meal. Allow me to explain. Currently in Java Minecraft you can do a trick called zero ticking. That makes basically a stick of bamboo or a piece of sugarcane or a piece of cactus update and grow faster, essentially. Well, turns out in Bedrock there's a trick like that one. You can not exactly zero tick, but you can force an update of a patch of sugarcane, forcing it to grow faster and faster and faster. By removing and then instantly placing the water back from the sugarcane patch, you force the game to reconsider that sugarcane patch. And as it reconsiders it, it at the same time reconsiders whether or not it should grow. And because you're making it basically do that reconsidering over and over and over and over again, all the time, it actually does grow rather fastly. The problem with that is that, to me personally, it kinda falls into the territory of exploits, and I don't exactly feel comfortable using it. At the same time, I want this entire convoluted, you know, mumbo jumbo to not rely on just one trick. And that's ultimately my biggest argument. By doing this the quote-unquote proper way, I'm not claiming that if you do like the zero ticking trick you're like scum of the earth. Don't get me wrong. Everybody plays Minecraft the way they want to play it. And the way I want to play it is I want to see workarounds. I want to see how far I can basically take this concept. And so far, yeah, I want to say we probably have taken it pretty far. If anything, looking at this convoluted mess actually makes me want to kind of demolish it entirely and just try over. So maybe next time we will actually add a sugarcane farm to it. Well, not the zero chicken one, but you know, just a regular one to see how much faster we can go. But without out of the way, thank you everybody so much for watching. This has been LoyXP, this has been Truly Bedrock, and this has been farming kelp. We sure farmed that kelp. Yay. Whoa. Anyway. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Do leave a like if you haven't. What is going on with those? There we go. Good job. Bedrock rendering engine. To be continued. Have a good one. Bye bye.